Angelina Ballerina, Mouse of the Year. Angelina and Alice were buying candy at Mrs. Thimble's general store when the pile of leaflets fell from the counter on the floor. "What's this?" asked Angelina, picking some up Mouseland's Teacher of the Year award. "This award honors the teacher who has shown the highest level decisions to her students. Read, Angelina." "Oh, Alice, we must enter Miss Lily. Nobody deserves this award more than she does." That evening, Angelina and Alice sat down to make Miss Lily's entry for the award. Angelina wrote a long letter while Alice put together a scrapbook. "What are you writing, Angelina?" asked Alice. "Well, that she makes us all feel special, like we're each the prima ballerina." "Oh, yes," said Alice. "She's always there when we needed her, especially if we hurt ourselves or feel upset." "I'll add that too," said Angelina, scribbling away. The following day at ballet class, Angelina brought the letter for each of her classmates to sign. She had to be extra careful to Miss Lily didn't see what they were up to. "Angelina, William," asked Miss Lily from the front of the class, "what are you two doing over there?" "Nothing, Miss Lily," they chimed as Angelina hid the letter behind her back. The letter and the scrapbook made the genetic package. Angelina and Alice tried to stuff it in the mailbox, but it just wouldn't fit. "We have to get it in, Alice," said Angelina. "Today's the last day. We can enter Miss Lily in the contest." The two mouselings pushed as hard as they could, and with one final nudge, they finally squeezed the package into the slot. A few weeks later, Angelina and her classmates were practicing for their upcoming Sleeping Beauty. Angelina was Sleeping Beauty, and William was the handsome prince. "Now," said Miss Lily, "the prince gently kisses Sleeping Beauty." "Oh, crumbs," muttered William under his breath. He bent forward and kissed Angelina on the forehead as the rest of the class giggled. Then there was knocking at the door. The postmouse peeked his head into the classroom. "Special delivery for you, Miss Lily," he said. "Oh, Miss Lily," cried Angelina. "Look at all the gold and the fancy writing. It must be something very important and the special. And you really should look at it right away. All right, Angelina, said Miss Lily, smiling as she opened the letter. She began to read. We are delighted to tell you that you have won the award for Teacher of the Year. Hooray! Interrupted all the mouselings. Angelina hugged Miss Lily. It says here that I have to give a speech at the award ceremony next week, said Miss Lily, and that you have to give a speech too, Angelina. Was this whole thing your idea? It was Angelina's idea, but we all helped, said Alice. Well, thank you all so much, Miss Lily said. Mr. Mouseling was taking a picture with Angelina for the Mouseland Gazette. Smile, he said, but just as he snapped the photo, a fly buzzed by. Oh, cried Angelina as Miss Lily swatted at the fly. That'll do for the paper now, won't it, Mr. Mouseling? Said Miss Lily. Yes, of course, Miss Lily. Let's go inside for the interview. All right, said Miss Lily. Angelina, please tell the class that I must cancel today's practice. We can catch up tomorrow. The next day, before ballet class, Angelina brought the Mouseling Gazette to class. My dad says there's a picture of Miss Lily and me in the paper today. She told the class. Oh, really? Said William. I want to see, said Alice. Angelina unfolded the newspaper. You've been practically cut out, explained Alice. It does rather ruin the picture, snickered Penelope. Seeing you at all. That is, Priscilla said, laughing, Angelina ignoring them, rolling her eyes. Then there was a loud creak as the door opened. Miss Lily, Angelina cried. But it wasn't Miss Lily, it was Miss Craver. All right, class, Miss Craver announced. Shall we begin? But where's Miss Lily? Asked Angelina. She's out of town at a big dinner, Miss Craver said. Matter of factly, she's guest of honor and well, I am taking the class today. Oh dear, muttered Angelina at Miss Craver. Turned toward the piano and began to play. She didn't wait. She didn't even wait for us to get into our positions. Alice whispered to Angelina as they rushed to catch up. To the left, Penelope, called Miss Craver, looking over her shoulder. No, no. To the other left, she said as Penelope bumped right into Priscilla. Meanwhile, William was doing the poetry, but it looked like he couldn't stop turning. His face was beginning to look green. Miss Quaver, Alice pipped up. William is, oh, she cried as a dizzy William fell to the floor. Angelina sighed. I hope Miss Lily comes back soon, she thought. Angelina was so excited when Miss Lily finally came back to town that she went to meet her at the train station. I had no idea being teacher of the year would be so exciting. Miss Lily told Angelina how were things with Miss Quaver. Well, began Angelina. They were just fine. Maybe you don't need me anymore, Miss Lily said, shying. Oh no, Miss Lily, Angelina cried. We really missed you. Back in class, the Mouselings were practicing their Sleeping Beauty routine. At the end, William kissed Angelina, finishing with a leap and tripped the flourish. Ta-da! Said Angelina. But there was response from Miss Lily. She had fallen asleep. Guess we'd better go, whispered William, and the class quietly left the room. On the way out, Angelina angrily thumped her hand on the piano keys, making a very loud noise. Miss Lily's eyes fluttered open, but then she fell right back to sleep. She probably needs to rest, Angelina, Alice said soothingly. Well, we need to practice, countered Angelina. Later, Angelina and Alice were getting ice cream from Miss Thimble's shop when they saw Miss Lily and Miss Craver passing by. Angelina and Alice huddled in the doorway to listen. I'm running all over Mouseland, and then I have to teach dance class, said Miss Lily. I can't do it all. I'll have to tell them. Tell us what? Angelina asked. I'll bet she's giving up teaching us. Alice frowned. I'm sure she didn't mean. But Angelina interrupted her. I'd wish I'd never entered the for that award, she explained, and I'm going to say so in my speech tomorrow. Angelina, you can't, said Alice. We'll see about that, Angelina said, crossing her arms. The night of the award ceremony had finally arrived. Angelina was backstage getting ready for give her speech when Miss Lily walked up beside her. Angelina, said Miss Lily gently, I need to speak to you. I know all about that, Angelina said angrily. I know you've been busy since you've won this award, but I can't believe you give up teaching us, Angelina explained. Oh, Angelina, said Miss Lily, looking surprised. I could never give up teaching. I wanted to tell you that I've decided to turn down this silly award. Before Angelina could respond, there was a burst of applause from the theater. It was time for her speech. Angelina walked on stage and stood nervously, podium, her knees shaking, and she crumbled the speech and she had written in her hand. And I wanted Miss Lloyd to win this award. She began as tears and welled up in her eyes because I knew she was the best teacher in all of Mouseland. And now she is the best teacher in the whole world. The audience cheered and clapped. Alice and William give a standing ovation. Just then, Miss Lily came on stage to join Angelina. Thank you, Angelina, she said proudly, hugging her. The next day, Angelina and the other mouselings gathered around the Mouseling Gazette. The teacher chooses the mouselings over the prestigious award. Angelina read the headline. Chipping Cheddar was shocked when their prize-winning teacher of the year turned down her award in order to spend more time with her pupils. When the presidents mean, asked Henry. When it means very important, said Angelina. Just then, Alice caught a glimpse of the photograph in the paper. Angelina, you look lovely, just lovely. Priscilla leaned over Angelina's shoulder. What happened to us, Penelope? You must be hidden behind Miss Lily, said Alice, pointing. Ah, yes, said William, and if you look really closely, I think that's Penelope's elbow in my ribs. The mouselings all giggled, and Angelina smiled. She was glad to have her teacher back just the way she was before. The end.